to something that back, 25 years ago, that we just called that hard, strict parenting. Whereas now, it's, your dad may have to answer to some people outside of your life. And so I just wonder, do you think, right, do you think that that's going to be positive?
People are star for the star now, live in the flesh. Also, I am back at you. Shout out to Lapeef Network, man.
Can I drop another
Shout
fun
out to
fact?
Lapeef
I like to drop
himself.
these fun facts for y'all. Because y'all, I mean, as
This
y'all know,
is live
at work, right?
as well. Let me go ahead and like it.
Instagram started in 2010, right?
Give my virtual support.
For the women, you know what the most popular tag in 2010 when Instagram first started?
Hashtag bad bitch.
No. Hashtag food porn.
Funny.
I remember those hashtags.
And then when,
So that means y'all been on Instagram a little too long for the age that y'all is. Man versus woman. Is there hope for the future? We see these situations, we see these conversations going a particular way. We see women having their own opinion. We see a lot of men giving their own perspective or their own opinion on the situation as well. We don't never get to the underlining cause of why we raise our kids a certain way or why us in this society think a certain way. They say, what you mean? We all was raised. Most of us was not trained to go out here and look at the world a certain way. We were raised to accept the downfalls and the unsuccessful portions of our life. We were forced or raised to accept that it's gonna be hard. Everybody ain't got rich. Everybody can't be rich. Everybody can't do this. Everybody can't do that. But now we're in the age of 2022, and it seems like through social media, everybody can do exactly what the fuck they want to. Or you can at least portray that you're doing the things that you quote unquote want to, or you can portray that you're doing the things that other people want to do. Man versus woman. She was saying that based on how you raise your kids or the morals that you instill in your child, it would furthermore solidify how they walk of life. Meaning that if you were strict and so Jesus this, God that, 9 times out of 10, and they perspective, kids would go out here, or the young adults as they got older would go out here and they would participate in society like a civilized citizen. As we see in the year 2022, a lot of these kids, they come from their church background. These are the little kids that's out here running completely fucking wild. So if we see a smaller percentage of people that was raised in the church family or religion family or God family, Bible family and all this shit, it is a smaller percentage of those kids around my age that actually benefited off of that rather than my grandma age or my grandma generation. In her mind, it was more people that benefited from living life a certain type of way according to the Bible, because they didn't see anything wrong with how the world was. And even if they did, guess what? That Bible was their pillow. Oh, just go through it. It's going to be good. God got you. God already know what you're going to go through. He already know. He ain't going to put you through nothing that you can't handle. Oh, yeah. What happened when they completely take God out of the mix? This is what I was telling my grandmother. I said, is in the time that we living in now, is less people that actually believe in God or Jesus. And a lot of people say, oh, hell no, I don't know what you talking about. I understand. I was just on a little post little poll that people were making on YouTube, and they said, "Do you believe in God?" And they had a questionnaire. Most people, at least 80% of people, said yes, they do. But most of them people never even took the time out of their own life to actually dive deep or to try to sync different things together as far as symbolism, sacred geometry. Shout out Bro Sanchez. Once people denounce God or Jesus or the Bible, in their head, they believe now you are of the devil. Because in the Bible, it even said it's going to be people that try to speak foul or bad about the Bible. So now they already premeditated and put into people's mind that anybody that speak against the Bible or anything like this, they of the devil. Even if it's your own family, even if you're making logical sense. So the Bible doesn't go off logic. The Bible doesn't go off of rational thinking. The Bible plays off of your emotion, off of your sentimental values that you have for that book. Just like man versus woman. This is the whole thing. Man versus woman. Is there hope for the future? As we see, how should I say it? The percentage of people that's getting pregnant and having kids is continually dropping. Even though for a lot of us in the millennial era or age, it don't look like these little young girls is not having as many kids as they once did. But then you gotta think, how many kids is being killed as well? So for every 1 or 2 child that being born, in my perspective, it's 3 or 4, 15 or 14-year-olds killing each other and going to jail. So if your child is still alive but ultimately in jail for 20 or 30 years, that's not a child anymore. We can't count these people as far as our youth generation for the future. Do we understand this? So if it's more and more people, more and more younger kids killing each other, they not counted for the future as far as we need more young people for the future. No, all the young people in the present modern day future right now is doing about this gang bang bang shit, all because of man versus woman. I said, how is man versus woman? Why are we at this point in time on YouTube, on social media, where men are able to make a platform speaking out about the things that women once did, as far as they prior generations, their mothers and their grandmothers, or things that their mothers and grandmothers didn't also do. So it's easy to kind of say whatever you want to say about, oh yeah, my mama was this type. Oh, my grandma was this type. Nobody knows them. So you can get on here and say whatever you want to. People don't understand that. I don't believe everything everybody's saying unless it makes logical sense. Now, if somebody can tell me a logical lie, they say, damn, hold on, a logical lie? Think about it. Exactly. If you can't tell me a logical lie, that lie ain't that good. They said, Dad, what you mean? That we were lied to logically. They put their lie into perspective of how they were going to have us living in this world that we living in now. They said Dwayne Wade confesses to wearing heels and sister's clothing as a kid. So is he coming out, is Dwayne Wade trying to come out as far as being a man that's going to express his emotional, his sentimental side more than the other man? So then in return for a lot of women, they're like, oh, I want a man that can be more emotional, be more in tune with his emotions. No, you want a man that's going to be more in tune with his rational side, his practical side, his hard-headed side. Why would you want a man that's sentimental? As we see, a lot of these men that's sentimental are doing certain acts to their women, their girlfriends, their wives. Just like I was just scrolling seeing that it said black dude, after he left the sheriff's office, he went back home and killed his whole family and set the whole house on fire. Or maybe he didn't set the house on fire. Maybe he killed himself afterwards. Same damn difference to me. And I never understood that. If you want to kill yourself, why take other people's lives in the process of you taking your own self out? That's selfish in itself. That's sentimental. That's not rational. That's not logical. Took away the kids and all that. Is this the society that we are raising our kids to go out here and be successful products of their environment? Are we serious? Do you know the product of our environment, once we get grown and we, for the majority of us, and we step outside of the environment that we were raised in or grew up in, the world ain't no better. The work environment ain't no better. The career system ain't no better. The justice system ain't no better. The environmental aspect of the world ain't no better. If anything, this shit get worse once we be able to step outside of the box. When I say step outside of the box, I mean step outside of that little box that we were raised in, as far as religion, Jesus, God, street shit, gang shit. Think about it. For most black people, it ain't nothing but you either believe in God, Jesus, or you doing street shit. Now tell me I'm lying. It's either you're doing goddamn street shit or you believing in God. That's all it is for black people. Ain't no in betweens. Now you can be a street dude, still believe in God, and still doing civilized shit. Or you can be somebody that believe in God and still doing certain things in this society, as far as things that are said not to be done within that Bible. As far as not having kids before marriage and out of wedlock and all this other shit, and not questioning God, not being judgmental. So we letting this imaginary person judge everybody, and then none of us, even though were made in the image of God, we still don't have the ability to judge other people for their characters or how they present themselves. But as far as men versus women, there is a physical judge in this world. Let you do something illegal, they're going to judge you. These same people that believe in the Bible are Catholics and all this other shit. So, in one breath, we can say that we're not supposed to be judgmental, but in another breath, we'll say, oh, well, that's the, hey, well, if you got to go to court and do what you got to do, well, you know what's happening now. I don't understand that. So are we only holding black people to this standard of God this, God that? Are we only holding black people to this man versus woman shit? Are we only holding black people to this LGBTQ type shit? That's what it sounds. That's what it seemed like to me. Let's give him a little go.
Women,
I might have did it.
Instagram.
Shout out to Lil Peep, man. I ain't trying to use the content. I'm just building off of it in my own perspective.
I research. When I get bored at work, I just research random shit. So I get wait, before you get triggered, Lady T.
What?
Now, wait, hold up. Now, today, bad bitch is the popular hashtag. And that shows how disconnected we are. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to see your ass. I want to see what you know how to cook.
Right.
I don't want to see your ass. I want to see your kids. I want to see, you know what? I'm there for lying. I want to see your kids. I want to know. And I love women that got kids. Because at least I know how my kids that we're going to have together going to turn out.
And before you erroneously said that I was about to be triggered, that's all I was about to say. I was fully, everything on my Instagram page was my baby and motherhood and everything. Because my daughter was born in 2010. So, yeah, I was all that.
Well, now, let me see how many kids and kids on that. Hold up.
Can I just say,
Just that's why I say man versus woman. If the women ain't listening to the men, regardless if they in relations or have a the fuck is the goddamn word? Acquaintanceship. If men ain't listening to what men are quote unquote asking for or looking for, this is how you know it's a battle. It's a war. It's he say versus he say. She say this, he say this. That's all it is. It ain't nothing in between. So just like he said, man, we ain't looking for just a girl that got a fat ass. And for the dudes that do be looking for a girl that just look good, 9 times out of 10, these dudes got a woman or a girl friend at home, or kids, or a little small family. But they're so stuck in this delusional thing that, oh no, I don't want my girl to be like this, but I want to go out and fuck another girl that's like this. So now you perpetuating this fucked up negative goddamn stereotype on yourself. Because you like indulging in certain activities with certain women that look a certain way at the strip club, yada yada yada. But then you don't want other people, you don't want your girl to be a part of certain things that turn you on, because you then other people may look at you a certain type of way. Because you ain't man enough to stand on the shit that you stand on. Can't nobody tell me shit about the situation that I'm in. And when they did try to tell me things about the situation that I was in, now I understand that they, in reality, just wanted the same situation. But they never have the nuts to be like, oh, okay, damn, I don't care if nobody's going to be making rumors or saying this behind my back and all this bullshit. But at the end of the day, I know motherfuckers can't bring that shit to me because, first of all, most of these niggas just sentimental. They ain't rational. They ain't hard-headed. Niggas think they hard-headed. These women think they hard-headed. They think they being practical and rational and using less sentiment. But in reality, a lot of women are using more and more sentimental values. And the only sentimental value you should have is towards your opposite gender, which is men. If women had more sentimental values towards men in general, women would be at a better place in this world. But since this system, and people say, oh, they're talking about the system and all this shit. Man, shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck. If somebody got a problem with motherfucker, me personally saying system and systematic, all this bullshit and all this black and white writing, fuck you then. Because it ain't nobody particular fault as far, this is the problem. They got us looking at all of this shit and said, every time we do something wrong, every time something happens to us, it's our fucking problem. It's our fault. That's not fucking true. That ain't true. That's not true. Now, I'm not saying people don't get themselves into situations or do certain shit. I'm not saying that. I'm as far as, did I make a liquor store? Put that liquor store right there on my goddamn corner where I actually grew up at? Did I put that fucking liquor store there? No. So, did I make a decision to stand in front of that store and ask people to buy me Black and Milds and Swishers and shit? Yes, I made that decision. But if I wouldn't have had that goddamn store right there, would I have been able to do that? No. Exactly. So let's make this shit make sense. If we want to get down to the root of the problem, it ain't we making the goddamn choices, but they already making all of our decisions for us. This ain't nothing but decisions and choices in this world. So if all our decisions has already been made, as far as laws, stipulations, what to eat, what not to eat, what to drink, what to pay for, what you can't pay for, what you can steal, what you can't steal, what you can use, what you can't use, what you can't take from somebody else, what you can take from somebody else. All this shit is in writing. All that shit is in writing. None of that shit is actual natural laws of living. If you take something, you give back. You give as much back as you took. I'm not gonna go goddamn to an apple tree and just try to take every single fucking apple off of the tree just because. Nobody in their right mind does that. Besides these motherfuckers that built this system. They literally took thousands of apple trees and took all the apples off them motherfuckers and put them in the factory and said, yeah, now we're going to make applesauce. We're going to make y'all apple juice. We're going to make y'all strawberry applesauce. We're going to make you applesauce pouches. We're going to make this. We're going to make that. None of us made that decision. They made that decision. Now, guess what? We have a choice. Whether do you want some apples, you're gonna have to go buy it then. Now, ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you make the choice to buy apples, they already made the decision of where the fuck you gonna get them apples from. RP, you heard me, Zach? You heard me? Yeah. Oh, hold on, dang. Oh, where my phone at? So loud. I'm live too. Yeah, I'm in the flesh. RP. D Wade confesses to wearing heels and sister's clothing as a kid. This is the sad part and the sad truth. It's a lot of us that grew up, and we only grew up around women. So when you only grow up around women, you will goddamn play and take part in the goddamn different things that you wouldn't have normally did if you had a man or had your father or uncle or so there's other men in your family that actually gave enough fuck about you to say, hold on, let me think about where I'm going to be in the future. And even if I might not be in the best position in the future, where my nephew's going to be, where my son's going to be, where my little, where they people going to be at. They ain't thinking that. Motherfuckers that got all this money in the early 2000s and shit, these motherfuckers were so fucking stupid. And I know a few niggas. It's like, I don't know about all, yeah. Maybe I'm different. Fuck it. Maybe I'm different. I don't know about a lot of you niggas, but my mama, she done had her fair share of goddamn niggas that had money, dope boys, niggas that goddamn was doing shit. I know a handful of niggas that my mama that goddamn dated, because I'm the oldest. Niggas that killed motherfuckers. Niggas that goddamn kidnapped motherfuckers. Niggas that goddamn went to jail for goddamn 25 years of life, all for drugs. Motherfuckers just now getting out for 20, 30 years. And when I say 20, 30 years, it could be 85%, it could be 50%. So motherfucker get 30 years and do 15 years, do 13 years. And when I say this, I'm talking about the early 2000s, way before 2010, way before 2009, way before 2008. This is goddamn 05 and shit. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, yeah. I never wanted to be like none of them niggas that goddamn that she had around. I never called no other man no daddy. My daddy been gone. Never called another man no damn daddy. I goddamn had to do what I had to do as far as to get through the age that I was in going through these situations. But unfortunately, all the other motherfuckers that I was just speaking about, the motherfuckers that went to jail and shit, they're not the motherfuckers I had problems with. It's the motherfuckers that goddamn my mama chose to marry, the motherfucker I had majority of my problems with. Because when these women get into like my mom, when you is feminine and submissive and cooperative, and you stuck in an illusion where you don't know what a real man look like, they do give a lot of the wrong men too much time and the wrong chances. And it's the women that's on the other side, that's like my white mama, is the goddamn opposite. But then she had more opportunity for better men that came her way. See it? See it? Exactly. I can speak for my mama, for myself as far as for my mama. I ain't see like too many men that like, yeah, oh yeah, I want to take care of you, yada yada yada, because she wasn't even that type. She's already taking care of herself. So that's what I say. That's what they say. Then don't they say that shit? Exactly. Don't they say this shit? What men that got more money will take a woman that work at McDonald's, but once a man see that woman like, okay, yeah, she doing her own thing, and yada yada yada. Only men that want women like that is niggas that they know they can't that the money that they making ain't gonna be a forever thing. So they want to keep the motherfucker that's stable, the woman that's stable, the feminine, submissive, cooperative one. They want to keep her around them as a fail-safe. I just cracked the code. Sorry, fuck all you fuck niggas. Cause you got a problem? Yeah, I don't care. That's a fail. That ain't nothing but a fail-safe. That's when they say exactly. That's all this shit is, a fail-safe. But the men that was probably trying to invest time into my wife's mama, goddamn, they was gonna be her fail-safe. So all they want her to do is be cooperative and like, okay, come on, do this, and we're gonna do this. They weren't gonna deal with all the other bullshit, because they gonna kick her ass to the curb just as quick as she thought that she turned their ass down. Because that's why she turned it down, because she already knew. But this is why them same men didn't, or my mama wasn't in the atmosphere to be around those certain type of men. So now she wanted men that was of a certain different stature. She wanted those alpha men type, where they was portrayed to be more than they is in the street. But as soon as you take these niggas out of the street, these motherfuckers ain't shit. And even if they is a little smart, they still don't know shit, because they ain't teach you shit. Know how you ain't teach you shit? Because you ran through all this motherfucking money, and then, so back in the day, when my mama first started being a CNA, that was when that shit first started. My mama being CNA, or in that field, a CNA and goddamn medical assistant and all that shit for 20 plus years. These little bitches just now starting to jump on this bandwagon. My mama could have been goddamn start her own little in-home care thing. I was the only man that came around and started saying this shit after it was a little too late. Not for her to do it, it was just too late as far as she felt like, damn, I'm too far behind and I don't have enough goddamn support behind me besides my son. So if you, that's why I say, this ain't no goddamn, they say son mamas and shit like that. A lot of them, know why a lot of the goddamn men becoming like they goddamn mama. That thing, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the fuck he was talking. I don't know. Know why? Because these niggas are sentimental. I can't be that. I'm the man that my mama want to find. Because I talk to my mama like a fucking man, not like her fucking son. I don't talk to her like this my mommy. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I cuss and I tell her whatever the fuck need to be said, and she gonna love me for it. And if I'm wrong, I'm gonna come and say, I'm sorry, I ain't mean to say it like that. I ain't mean to cuss like this or say it like that. But this is what I actually still meant. I meant that shit what I was saying, but I didn't mean it for it to come off like that. A lot of you motherfuckers talking about, no, I can't disrespect my mom. Bitch ass nigga ain't disrespect my mama. But I know for a fact I didn't fuck. It's like her same husband. Exactly, nigga. It came to a point where he was disrespecting my mama goddamn back in the day, and I had to let that shit go. So then when I got to a certain age, and then you tried to disrespect me and my woman, okay, now that's a different problem, cuz exactly. Now it's a different problem. When I got to punching on your ass, nigga, not exactly. It is what it is. And it didn't have to be on no unrational sentimental shit. I had plenty of little guns at that time. I pulled the gun out on him multiple times. And I had to think, is it worth goddamn just killing? And in my eyes, he wanted me to shoot him so I could goddamn waste my life. In my head, I knew that he wanted me to shoot him so I can go to jail and waste my life. So ultimately, he can get two things, he can kill two birds with one stone. If you can't talk to your mama, your grandma, your auntie, your uncles, your uncles, your uncles, funny as hell, your uncles, your daddies, grandpa, if you can't talk to them with a rational perspective, a logical perspective, throw them motherfuckers in a garbage. If you can't come out and say whatever the fuck need to be said and not try to goddamn bite your tongue just because these motherfuckers got this phony ass title above themselves. I'm not saying that I love my grandma to death. I love my mama to death. My other grandma on my daddy's side, I'm pretty sure she loved me to death. But I'm not as close with her as I am with my mama and them side. And they always want to get in tune with me. But I feel like since my daddy was gone, y'all should have stepped up and been more as far as intuitive, as far as, dang, what's going to be happening for our grandson in the future. Y'all ain't had no money or nothing. Y'all ain't had nothing set up for me, something I can build up off of. Yeah, I hope you do good. I hope you do good. That's what I said. What, man versus woman? Is there hope for the future? With women steady coming out saying all this, being more and more submissive and all this shit, all they doing is raising a whole bunch of sentimental ass men. And all they doing is raising a whole bunch of goddamn wannabe hard-headed ass little girls.
I think like women are more like, I feel like they treat each other more aggressive.
Who?
Women, like even if it is their daughter, everything is just more
Okay.
like the boys get to negotiate more with the boundaries and standards that they get raised with their mom versus the daughter.
Well, no, it's supposed to. I mean, I think it. I mean, okay, I can speak for like me and my sister Brittany. Yeah, she always wanted to like, dang, why Tavon get to do that? Why he get to do that? Why he always get to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, because I'm the fucking boy. So at the end of the day, they gotta let me go out there and make the mistakes on my own. But if a girl go out there and make them the wrong mistake, what you gonna do? Get kidnapped and goddamn have a man, a
There's no
boy?
real turning back.
Exactly, with certain shit, ain't no goddamn turning back. Exactly, exactly. Just like in your situation, there wasn't no turning back from desire. Ain't no such thing as going back from that. So certain things you just can't go back on. Just like when I got ran over, they probably felt like damn, but they were glad that I at least survived the situation. They got to goddamn
But if
live
you was a
through
girl,
it.
you probably wouldn't have.
Hell no, she was ran the fuck over, dead. Oh, unfortunately.
Moms, everything just ran over.
Exactly. Not what? 14. Exactly. So these are certain things. It was man versus. It wasn't man versus woman. I'm not saying man versus woman. This is what the fuck everybody doing on social media. I don't go with that man versus woman shit. Because as soon as a woman want to be versus me, bitch, fuck you, and I'm walking the fuck off. I don't need to battle with you nothing. But okay, I'll see what bitch, fuck you, and I have no problem with people in real fucking life. Bitch, fuck you. I don't give a fuck who you is, regardless of where we at. That's just me. That's just me. And I'm not no disrespect for. I don't go in and meet mugging people. If you speak to me, I speak to you, and I look at you with give you the same amount of courtesy that I would want. But a lot of people miss that because they always think it's man versus woman. So they think, and when I say man versus woman, that they think most women think the man supposed to be so much more respectful and so much more. You supposed to be the man. You supposed to be doing this. Yeah. But bitch, if you ain't got that same energy, no, take that shit on somebody else then. How about that? And men think, oh well, if she ain't this and she ain't that, well, no, I can't deal with it. No, just take your little pussy ass on then, boy. Fuck you talking about. That's why I said most of these niggas that's in the street, they got nothing but a fail safe at the crib. They don't really want that bitch. This is why they go out and goddamn humpty dump with everybody else. They want a fail safe because like I said, most of these street niggas ain't smart. Most of these niggas ain't invested in shit. And I know that for a fact. I know that's for a fact. I'm not one of these motherfuckers that don't know nobody or ain't from where the fuck I'm from. No, I'm not that type. Nope. I done been through enough situations and I done had the opportunity to say, no, I'm good on enough situations. That's what a lot of people don't understand. You get more perspective from not doing something and then seeing the consequences after, or seeing the reaction after something that you did not do. Last time my homie got shot, man, shout out to Mikey. You hear me? I said this, we was all chilling. And then they're like, man, come on, you want to go out? Yep. You was there too, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, what they say? They said, if you ain't got a girl that you want to take around your homie, then the bitch ain't shit. Exactly. Come on now. I was the only one. We'd be cool and we'd go right over there with they ass. Exactly. And you know, exactly. So I don't know, man. It ain't.
And it's different because if it ain't that type of scenery, I don't have to be there. But if it's just on some regular
Exactly.
shit,
Yeah. So I know exactly. Exactly. So you know when to do. You know when to take her and when not to. So. Whole point is, Dad, come on, we finna go out. I'm like, I was thinking about it hard. I said, damn, nope. I'm like, no, I'm good. I ain't gonna go. And the whole point of it was with my little nigga Zach. He was there. He was with him too. RP. You hear me though? This what made me really want to go out with they ass. I said, damn. But I already know a little shit going on. So I'm like, man, nah, I'm good. I'm good. A couple hours later, guess what? Nigga Mikey gets shot in the foot and the ass. Exactly. Nigga shot him in the motherfucking ass. Not just walk up on the nigga, turn around, bend over. No, not on no shit like that. And he was with another homie forward they ass out there. But Mikey, he a little bigger. But I guess he was able to one that people what was going on. So before they would actually start shooting, before he seen them in the process of hanging out the window for to start shooting, what he try to do? He tried to goddamn look out for one of our other homies, goddamn buddy, who a little bit smaller and shorter than everybody else. So what he had to do, push him and basically lay on top of his ass. The bullet,
as a human shield.
exactly. So the bullet got a ricochet or whatever. He got shot in the foot and the ass. So exactly. So this is the mentality that you gotta have. So I understand who my niggas is, and I understand that if it's in a situation like that, majority of the time we gonna look out for each other in the best way possible in a situation like that. You hear me though? But the whole point of it is that night I chose not to go. And then guess what? Then I got called, damn, that motherfucker got shot. Is it man versus woman? If it would have been man, if I would have used that man versus woman, say, no, I'm gonna go out with the bros, fuck the hoes. I could have been the one to get shot. Because nigga, I would have been the one that's on point. Mike is like, he had to be on point because I wasn't there. So when I ain't there, motherfucker gotta be on, somebody else gotta be on point. Because I'm that type of nigga that I'm always just on point. I'm always looking around, I'm always, they're like, damn, bro, why you always, you just own it. Yeah, because if nigga pull up over here because you gonna think twice by the time your ass leave. Cause you ain't gonna pull up on over here and nigga, damn these niggas they shooting. Nigga, no, you pull up over here, nigga, I'm gonna start shooting. And if you get to shoot back, nigga, okay, you a savage then.
You already be alert on the way people pull up.
Exactly. And nigga, I got my shit out. Nigga, I ain't have my shit tucked. I ain't have my shit in the garbage can, underneath the garbage can, underneath my seat. Hell no, if we sitting out here cooling, nigga, this is what it is. So if I can't do that, then I ain't doing it. So this is the whole thing, man versus woman. I didn't choose that. But a lot of men did choose that. And this is what they get themselves into situations they get themselves that they can't get themselves out of. Like I said, if I would have chose bros over her, that would have been man versus women. So it's like I would have went out with their ass. And like I said, I could have been the one that got shot, not in the foot or the ass.
Ain't that the same? So it's not men versus women because women do the same. It happens to women too.
Yeah, so it is.
Like
No,
just
it
like
is.
women want to go out and
No, it is because they choosing the goddamn women over men. So that's once you choose, then that's how it's a verse. It's versus. Now if y'all both on the same like playing field, like okay, yeah, me and you, we won. We ain't fucking battling each other. We ain't trying to say, oh, now I want my own car now. No, I want my
I'll
own
meet you
car.
at the club.
Exactly, bitch. No, you ain't gonna meet me at the goddamn club, bitch. How about that? Fuck is you talking about? I don't know. Exactly. Motherfucker be at 2 different clubs. That's stupid. I don't care. That shit's stupid. This is why motherfuckers so dumb out here. This is what we raised. We raised a whole bunch of motherfuckers that want to have a whole girlfriend and go to 2 different clubs. I'm going to Peoria. I'm going to St. Louis because I'm in Illinois. You hear me? Yeah, exactly. So if you know about that, then you know about that. Yeah, if you don't, yeah, take your ass on then, boy. Straight like that. This is what's going on. We ain't even in no big ass Atlanta or somewhere else where you just go on a different side of Atlanta. No, you had to go to literally a whole nother fucking state from Bloomington. I mean, from goddamn Illinois. For real, like.
And they want to do the same stuff as if they are in Atlanta or Georgia,
Yeah.
Georgia, Florida, all of that. They just want to feel like they're part of that stuff, but it's not the same atmosphere.
It don't be. And the only reason it's not that because you ain't together. You're not whole. You're not a whole. So now y'all going out there looking like missing links. Everybody go around to like third wheels. Think about it. Everybody's a third wheel. So if you got a spouse, you going out with your other bitches. Bitch, all y'all out here third wheeling. Cause if 5 of them, 2 or 3 of them got dudes. So now y'all all third wheeling because y'all all got somebody, but then y'all choosing just to be a third wheel of some other single motherfuckers. Just like the dudes. A lot of dudes that I know, they got a bitch, but they go out to the trick club. Y'all just going out third wheeling. You know you ain't even trying to J down on no y'all ain't trying to get no bitches or nothing.
No, you just want to see them.
Hey, Diamond.
You remember me?
Yeah, I know you tipped me $500 last time. Damn, I did, bitch. No wonder where my money went.
I ain't got that tonight. I was trying to spend 100 tonight.
Funny as hell.
Like it's like a double life. That's what everybody. We understand how deep it get, but obviously it's so easy for people to actually do it. Like they like, okay, I can be like, put this face on when I get home. When I'm out here and shit, I feel more free. So that's why they be, hey, you always away from home because I'm being more of myself when I'm not at home.
Exactly.
And the person and see whether or not their values align with yours. Figure out if you guys like doing the same things for fun.
See, I can stop right there. See, a lot of people can't jump into live in the middle of a thing and catch on what the people saying. Because sometimes a lot of people just be going on a run, so you'll come into the middle of the thing like, what the fuck is you talking about? You ain't talking about not one syllable from the title. You ain't talking about one syllable from your own title. I'm not saying these people, I'm just saying in general. So you got to find out if y'all some of the things that you value together. No, that's wrong. I'm sorry, my love. I'm sorry. That's wrong. That's wrong. Y'all both need to put out both of what y'all value, and then you need to weigh out which the shit that she valued that outweigh, I mean, the shit that she valued, you need to find out, goddamn, which one weigh more. And then you take the shit that weigh more. Or you weigh less. Whichever one you want to put in
So
your
what
own
do you
perspective.
offer?
No, it's like, if you got, everybody got values, but everybody values, they ain't goddamn valuable.
So you be like, oh, what do you bring? Oh, I got, like, just like if I had, oh, I got some Michael Kors. I got some name brand stuff, but that don't mean shit to you. Like, but they mean something to me. That's my
Exactly. You know,
it's
you say,
valuable.
basically, I got my own shit. I got my, I take care of myself. That's what you, okay, that's,
Yeah,
exactly.
they say
That
I am
ain't
the
shit.
table.
Exactly. That shit ain't none of that shit valuable. Your values is, what are you willing to die for? What are you willing to live for? What are you willing to learn from? What are you willing to say, I know everything that I've been taught about certain few, I mean, a lot of things in my life is completely wrong. That's what values is.
So you put all your values aside to be with that person. Because
Because you like, all my values, exactly, all my values, exactly, all my values, that wasn't, I didn't value shit. I didn't value shit that was real.
You worth more than what I value. So
Exactly.
it's like now I have new values.
Exactly. That's what that's what she really means. You need to find somebody that values, that you willing to set aside some of your values that might not be valuable, and she willing to set aside some of her values that may not be valuable as well.
Values and sacrifices. Because some people won't let their family go, so they can't go as far with you because you don't have this.
Yeah, just like every sacrifice ain't about somebody dying or you losing something.
No, it's about you having to give up something that you feel is valuable.
Exactly, but in reality, it ain't no value in that shit. But that's why you goddamn holding that shit so dear to your motherfucking heart, because
You think it's gonna make it more valuable the longer you hold on to it.
You know, I know one day, man. I know one day I'm gonna die about this shit. I don't care, man. Fat booty bitches, I'm down about that. Yeah, right.
DM them and they niggas set you up to pull up to get beat up. You know,
And rob and shot, exactly. What's going on? So it's so easy now to get lost in this. Damn, I'm gonna hold my values. This is my moral. This is my moral code. No, I like to do this. A lot of people don't even like to do the same shit as their spouse. So I understand what she's saying about that. But then what do you mean by that?
You gotta go deeper.
Exactly.
Because everybody,
You know, what do I like to do? I like to goddamn find out shit that they lied to us about. How many people like to do that? Not that many people. They say, hold on, what are you talking about? I don't know. I just fuck with God. I just listen to God. I don't worry about none of this other shit.
Because you're gonna find more lies than the truth. When you go like, dang, everything is a fucking. The more you keep digging,
Exactly. The more you, once you find out the lie, then you know the truth. Exactly. So a lot of people don't understand that. Somebody think when you uncover a lie, it's just like, damn, they lied to me. No, now you know the fucking
they
truth.
can't fathom that the truth is that simple.
Exactly. Simple. The truth is, once you find out a motherfucker lied, you know the truth because they lied about whatever the fuck you didn't found out about. It's simple as that.
And that's from school and
Whether
anything.
or not maybe
That's why people get on here and go on rants on their goddamn thing about all these rappers and shit. Fuck all these rap niggas, man.
They don't challenge or pick each other's brain. They
No.
don't make, like, explain.
Hell yeah, bros, man. I don't know what Yellow talking about. He was talking ish though.
Shout out to King Yellow, man.
These screens and us being
Chucky, yes, Shira.
desensitized and distracted by all the unimportant things, you know. So I think it's just important for
Stand back now, baby. Cause I don't want to use y'all too much of y'all shit anyway. See, that's the whole point that I was saying. She said a lot of these unimportant things. This is what I said a little bit ago. Who made that decision to put all of these unimportant things in our way to distract us? That's that's the problem. You understand?
come back.
That's the problem right there. That's the problem. Who put all of these unimportant things that we all know so bad that a lot of these things is in not important, but they put it in front of us in such a way that like, damn, even I get attracted to the bullshit. I don't want to goddamn do shit, the same amount of shit, go to car meets and different shit like that. I know it's not as important.
It's an experience.
Exactly. So, but they put all this shit in like, damn, hold on. But some of those things that they put that's not as important ain't as detrimental as a lot of the things that they say is important.
Like some experiences ain't worth dying for.
Yes, but no. Yeah, of course. Shit, most shit ain't worth dying for. Going to the war, fighting for the shit you never gonna know about ain't really worth it. But shout out to the people that goddamn do that shit because obviously you feel obligated from something
Do you
something
think
deeper
God
down.
led them to stuff like that?
No, God let them motherfuckers to send all these people to another country for whatever goddamn reason, oil and more shit. So the higher you get up, the more information that you know. So then you're like, oh damn. But once you didn't kill 50 people for these people, you start going back to saying, okay, yeah, no, y'all wrong. I mean, they show it in the movie. Them are the ones and the twos. But the whole point of it is that man versus woman. Where is we going as a whole in the future? Are we becoming more Are we going to become more collectively compatible with these situations, with a lot of these podcasts and with a lot of these things going on? I just don't see that happening. I think we too far in the future to just have hope. We need to have plans. We need to have tangible things. How are we going to come together? And all we doing is coming together through social media, through the internet, through the technology. And guess what? The same way we got to come through. See? You see why it's so hard? Social media, technology, I would say social media, that shit is cluttered. So before you get to anything that you really want to see, you got to go through a whole bunch of bullshit.
You don't have to have no qualifications for none of this stuff. Everything is free to make an app. I mean, like you don't.
No, I'm not saying that. Of course it's free. Why wouldn't they make it free?
I'm just saying so anybody can get on there. Just like if you
No, the stuff that's on there before you get to whatever you looking trying to look at. That's what I mean.
Well, you say on social media, not like internet.
That is social media. No, if you go to damn Instagram, before you find something that you want to see, you're gonna see a whole bunch of other shit. That's exactly what I mean. Before I go to you, if I go to YouTube and they start scrolling without typing something in, that I'm not even gonna know to type something in unless I'm already anticipating on watching it, then I'm gonna see a whole bunch. Exactly. I don't give a fuck about Baby Soulja being locked up.
So you say you don't get what you looking for as soon as you get it.
Exactly. So this is what I mean. It's cluttered with bullshit. It doesn't matter. Look, Trey Wayne says Milk 74 is certified. He's a real Hoover. I don't give a fuck about a goddamn Milk 74. Tell me I don't care. You know, see, that's why I stay in the lane that I be on. Simple shit like this. It's a simple shit. Yeah, girl. I said, look, do men want it more than women? Shout out to Lil Peep. I do watch Lil Peep a lot, man, and I have no problem with their platform, and I actually like their platform of how they just bring in like-minded people to a point where they can give their own perspective.
We want it. I don't care at that moment. You know what I'm saying? Whether you initiate or whatever. Right? I think we was well, I don't want to go back to what we was talking about in Houston, but it kind of correlates to some of what was being said in Houston. But at any rate, when men prefer it, yeah, because everybody wants to be appreciated. Everybody wants to feel needed. Everybody wants to feel desired. And when women initiate sex, it lets me know you desire me, you want me, you appreciate me, right? But again,
I can agree to that too, and I can agree to that to a whole point that, and once you then got it so much, or once you see that it is appreciated or you are appreciated as a whole, you don't need it anymore. So this is why a lot of women don't understand that the thing that you have to come into the relationship doing, you don't have to keep doing this shit for 20, 30, 10, even 10 years later. It's going to be different things that's going to come about that you're going to have to learn, just like the man is, about having to just different ways to satisfy or to indulge in your relationship as a whole. You're not going to have to keep doing the same thing, but it's going to be a period of time where we all feel like, damn, we doing the same thing over and over and over and over. Know why? We sitting around in these apartments, these houses. We sitting around at these jobs. We sitting around just partying and doing all of this shit, scrolling on social media, just working, thinking about the future, thinking about our kids, taking care of our kids. But we don't. None of that shit is tangible as far as building your character. I'm not saying you can't build character from that, but the character that we build from doing all of these unimportant aspects of our life, that from a point of view that people made these decisions for us. So now we have to make a choice, and we have to make the right choice. And the right choice is you get a job and you do this. And the wrong choice is you don't get a job, you're gonna be a criminal and yada yada yada. That ain't no in betweens. Ain't no in betweens in that. So the whole point I'm making is we done got to this point, and as we at a whole. So this is what I say. A lot of men is maybe the other side, criminal, yada yada. And I'm not saying all that. I'm not saying that all black men are criminals, and I'm definitely not saying that because I don't want to be looked at as a criminal. Because if I go do some criminal shit, I'm gonna be a fugitive. So it's a difference. What I am saying is that from a lot of on the lower demographic in the inner cities, it's a lot of women that are trying to do everything right, and then they with men that's quote unquote not necessarily caring to do everything by the book, but then they live this intertwined life of right and wrong, wrong and right, because the shit that she do, he might not necessarily think is right or wrong, but the shit that he do, she might not necessarily think the shit is right or wrong, for whichever perspective that they have. But if y'all have a collective perspective of, we know the shit that they telling us is wrong is actually right, and the shit that they saying is wrong is actually right. It's not too many couples that are on that same page collectively. And if you is, kudos, man. That's a gift. That's something that everybody yearns for. It's somebody that's on the same page as them, somebody that thinks like them, somebody that has the same values as them, somebody that has the same hobbies as them, somebody that takes part in the same religion as them. But like I said prior, when me and my wife were just speaking, a lot of people think that they value are not valuable. And a lot of things that men value in the streets is not valuable. And this is why they don't actually want any of that shit in a real household for the most part. Most men that be in the streets, they try to keep the streets as far away from their home house as possible. But